Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm gonna give it a minute, see who hops on. Good morning. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Cindy from Maryland. Is it a beautiful day there? Because it's a beautiful day here. And I'm in Pennsylvania. So I'm gonna give it just a few minutes. Let's see who hops on. I know I'm coming at a different time and day. Monday was Labor Day. We were away, and a lot of people have things planned, so I didn't do the live on Monday. And we were away for the day. All right. So let's just give it a minute. I think my clock here might be a little bit wrong. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We are working on our Thanksgiving table. Okay, so this is week number 2. I said I'm gonna probably do this. I think I have it planned out for about four or 5 weeks. So let's see how that goes, but I'm gonna say it's probably about a 4-week series. We all love Thanksgiving. It is the time where people come home for the holidays. It is one of the biggest traveled holidays, and I assume that's because a lot of people will go home for Thanksgiving and not come back necessarily for Christmas. At least I know that happens in our family, because we have younger children and things like that that like to wake up at their own home at Christmas time, because Santa Claus, or if you celebrate Santa Claus or anything like that, you know, he comes, so the kids like to be at their own home. So a lot of families just go home for Thanksgiving. So it is a big celebrated traveling holiday where families get together. So I figured let's do a series on, let's get our table ready. Let's do some inexpensive things to really get that table looking stunning in the end. And just because it looks beautiful doesn't mean it has to be expensive. So I'm gonna come to you, I'm gonna share some ideas with you of some things that are inexpensive ways to really get a beautiful, stunning dining room table so that it's set up for the family. Okay, right now we are kind of gonna we are gonna just use this old craft table. This is what I have in my shop. I actually had a smaller one here that I used to use for my baby blankets, and I've had this one sitting at my house for a long time, and it was one that I was going to refinish actually, because I love it because it's got a leaf that tucks down in, and it's very easy to open. It's like chain driven, and I still plan on someday refinishing this, and I would love to have it in my own home. I have a kind of a farmhouse plan for it, but it's been sitting in my basement for like 4 years. So if I haven't finished it yet, it's probably still going to be on the wait list until next summer at least, because I like to do it outside where it's where I can sand and things like that, because I really wanted to strip this and sand it down. But for now, it is here. So we took the table out, me and my husband yesterday, my little blanket table, and we brought this one over because it can go longer and it can go bigger. And my other table was very limited on, I could barely even fit 4 place settings on it. So it was more like a 2-person table. So we brought this over, and this is just probably your average like dining table size. So we're gonna use this. All right, it's a little rough around the edges. Don't mind that. but it is here in my workshop. So, and that's what we're going to use. Okay, so let's move on and start this. So I'm going to be working from a distance here today. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to do this, but really it's tough to do. All right, so last week we did these cute little drawstring bags, and I had filled them with silverware and things like that. I'm still debating on putting that silverware in there. I kind of have something a little bit different in mind with these and with the silverware. So we're going to see how that plays out, because I kind of just like I'm winging it with these. But I love these. So I really love these. You could still do the silverware with them. I'm not sure if that's going to end up how that's played out in the end. But they're done, okay? And then we did these cute little mini cutting boards. If you missed these mini cutting boards, these are absolutely adorable. I've cut these. These are available. I have a little post here if you want to still order these. I can still order these, and I also have them over my Etsy shop if you want to order them over there. So either way, this is what we did last week. These are cute. This design is in the Google Drive for this month. All right, so that's in there. And then all we did was just sublimate onto this, and then we just tied a little ribbon at the top with just a little piece of greenery. I did add these to the back. I love these photo stands. These are also in my Etsy shop. I use these quite often for a lot of things. I love them, but if you do order just the mini boards, and these will be blank, you will have to sublimate these yourself. As I said, this design is in my in the Google Drive. But this will be blank, so you can put whatever you want on it. This is what I did for this, okay? And these will come with stands. They will come with just little, the stands. Let me see if I even have any here, because I'm cutting these to order. Hold on, let me see. Now this one hasn't been cleaned, but these will come with these little stands here. I have to clean this. And then so you don't need to purchase this if you don't want to. You can just purchase this, and it will come with the stands. It'll come with 2 stands for you. My printer's still printing, and I hear stuff falling off the printer. So this was also what we did last week. We did these. So this is where we're at. Okay. All right, so I'm setting up for a table of 4. Okay, you can adjust that to however many you are setting up for. So we are going to move on to the next thing that I want to do with you guys is an easy, inexpensive centerpiece. Okay, so let me get that for you. I am literally just starting out with a box. I got this box at Michael's. They are, I think, either $8.99 or $11.99. I want to say it's $8.99. And I got it at Michael's Craft Store. It's by Art Minds. Okay. It is a cute little box. I have one at my home as well. And I use them. These are so easy to change out. I do not make permanent arrangements with these, and I'm going to show you how we can do that so that you can do that for any time, any holiday. Okay, you do not have to be a floral designer for this either. But I love these little boxes. They're great. So if you get a chance and you want to grab one, it's great to use because we can always change it out for the holiday. So let's move this stuff aside. Okay. And what I do for these boxes is I sublimate a little plaque for the front. And they're very easy to remove. They're very easy to do. I don't even know what I do. Oh, here they are. I will put these ovals up in my shop if you're ever interested in purchasing them and sublimating on them. But I literally use these ovals here, and I put them and I sublimate them for the holidays, and I put them onto the front of my box. And that's what we're going to do today. All right. And I want to say this is only about, I think it's like a 6-inch oval. If you do not have a glow forge, I do make these. These are 7.5 inches long, and they're about 3 inches tall. Okay, so I will cut these for you. They'll be in my shop. I will put them over there if that's something you're interested in. If you do not have a laser cutter, or if you're ever interested in a glow forge, I do have a discount code in the announcements. It will save you a couple $100. Please use that, because it literally, it's like $100, $250, and then $300, I think, or $500. I can't remember. Always get it wrong. And you can use that link. I used a code when I purchased mine, because you save a lot. All right. So with these ovals, as you can see, I get a lot of people who say, you know, I'm very disappointed with this. This is really, it's gross. It's got markings all over it. There is a film on this that, as you've seen me, I just needed to peel. Once you peel that, this is nice and shiny, bright white. A lot of people fail to realize that there is a protective film on this, okay? So you need to peel that away. So I'm going to turn you, because we are going to go to my press. I have the press already. We are going to sublimate on it. And keeping with the cute little turkey that we have, I'm going to do this. All right. I'm going to literally sublimate the Give Thanks. This is also in the Google Drive, and this design will be over in my Etsy shop as well. But yeah, I'm going to do the Give Thanks on this, okay? I know if you're new, this looks like it's forward to you. This is actually mirror imaged. 99% of the time when we are sublimating, it is a mirror image. Very rarely, there's a few things that doesn't need to be mirrored, but 99% of the time, things need to be mirrored. This is mirrored, okay? So all I'm going to do is I am literally just going to center it onto my plaque. And I did already cut it out, and you know that I love my paper cutter. So I suggest when you are making, doing your designs and you're cutting them out, use a paper cutter so you get straight cuts, because it just gives you a better alignment for yourself. Where did I get this box? I got this at Michael's, and it's just from the Art Minds collection, and it is right over with all the wooden stuff. So you'll go over, like, there's wooden plaques over there, there's wooden numbers and letters. This is right in there with that. There's also like wood pallets, things like that. This is literally right on the shelves, at least mine does. And there's another Michael's close to me, and it also does. So they're literally right on the shelves. If not, you can order them right online. Like I said, I've used them many times. I have one that's at home that I use all the time, and I decorate for the holiday as well. So I have this just taped on here, okay? I'm going to leave the plaque white because I like the contrast with this, and I'm a big Ray Dunn fan, so I kind of use the skinny lettering for this one. So I really like Ray Dunn. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use my bigger press here. I tend to use I've been using this one a lot lately. But if you're new, I'm using a pressing pillow, and this is just a Cricut pressing pillow from the Cricut Designs, the cutters and things like that. So this is their pressing pillow. And I like to use it, especially because I have a clamshell, and the clamshell there's more pressure always to the back than there is to the front. So this helps to even that out. And then unwaxed butcher paper. All right, so design up. And I'm gonna do this for 400 degrees, 60 seconds. And if you're new, you can use parchment paper if you haven't got all of your supplies yet. But if you eventually, you'll want to save yourself some money because parchment paper is expensive. Get yourself a butcher roll. And this is 1,000 feet, and it's about $20 to $25 depending on where you can get it. You can get it at Sam's Club's, Costco's, Amazon, and Gordon Food Service, GFS. Okay, I kind of hear, like, I don't know if I have a stink bug in here or not, but I hear something, or a fly, but it keeps bouncing off my wall. And every now and then I can hear it, or the light, I don't know. Yeah, so that will save you. That is a more inexpensive way because you always need the butcher paper. That helps with, good morning, Linda. That helps with any of your ink transfer from one item to another, okay? All right. The only thing I have problems with in here is the lighting's good and I can't never see my timer. Okay. So 400 degrees, 60 seconds on these little plaques. I'm gonna get my gloves because this MDF is super hot when it comes off. So get yourself some heat gloves. These are just from like the beauty styling tools for like when you use a curling iron or anything like that. I do keep these because MDF is very hot. And look how cute that is. Okay. And this design will be in this month's Google Drive. I am going to open up the Google Drive just until tomorrow. So it'll be there until the end of the day. If anybody's interested, it's $20 a month. And then all my images go to that for the month. Okay. So there we go. All right, I'm going to let this cool off. While this is cooling off, I already have one done, okay? So that it was a little bit cooler and I could have worked with it. But let me show you what I do with these plaques. That makes it super easy. You can change them out. So we're just going to refer back to this box. All I do is I take, let me get you back to the table here. I take these dots, these glue dots, and I just stick them on here. I know there's permanent ones and there's repositionable ones. These ones say permanent. I've never had any problems with them because once I pull it off, I just kind of pull the rest of the glue off. So that's what I use. And the easiest way to do that is stick your item to the glue dot and then pull it off, and you'll see that this dot just comes right on the glue. All right, that's how I do it, and I just do both ends. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick it on here. There we go. And I'm gonna do the other side too. All right, this is cooled down. Okay, that one's not right. So did everybody have a good holiday, Labor Day? We camped. But we don't camp really far from home for like the holiday weekends because as most of you know, my husband's a pastor. So we have a church and we got to come back on Sundays because he preaches. So we're only about like 30 minutes from home. So we travel back on Sunday so he can preach usually. Okay, and then I got the 2 glue dots on there. All right, and I'm just going to line it up on this side and tack it down. And this one's still a little warm, so hopefully it stays. Okay, so there we go. We got the beginnings of our box. Okay. This box, let me give you the size of this box. Because this is kind of like a perfect little box for everything. It is 1 foot by 6 inches. So foot long, 6 inches, and 4 inches. So 12 by 6 by 4. All right, in size. My birthday was on Saturday. Oh, well, that's nice. Well, happy birthday, Linda. Okay. So let's grab our arsenal here. All right, and I'm going to show you everything that I just purchased. I'm going to say that you're probably, I buy these at Michael's as well. These are just boxwood picks. All right. And I love these. I use them for my, my door rounds. I use these for for so many things because it's just really good greenery. So I've always got lots of these on hand just because it's a staple piece and a staple item. So if you're ever looking for, and they can stand alone because they got little white flowers in it. So if you're ever needing something really quick to decorate with, these are perfect because they can be a standalone piece without even needing anything else. So I always have boxwood greenery picks on hand. And these are usually just a bunch of staple items that I keep at my house, okay, that I just kind of just have around in my decor items because I just have boxes that I kind of rotate with, okay? Okay, so we're going to build this box up, but we are not making anything at all permanent. Turn you a little, all right? So nothing in this box is going to be permanent, so that way we can easily take it apart and make it again for to change it out for the next season or for the next holiday. All right. I have some wooden blocks, so I'm going to just stick them inside. They were the perfect size. You can use whatever you need to use in here, but I just had these wooden blocks, and let me show you. I'm just building up this in the bottom here. So I wanted this one to be, these two end ones to be down lower, and I needed a little bit of height, so I stacked two of them together. I needed it in the middle. Because what we're gonna do is, we are gonna take these Dollar Tree, I get these at the Dollar Tree, water wine glasses, okay? So I'm using these. So these are only $1. So I'm gonna say this is about $9, but you can use a coupon on it, which I did, and some just chunks of wood blocks. And then we're here with, and then the plaque on the outside, and then now we're gonna just build up with our wine glasses, okay? So let me see, I'm gonna make sure that you can see these as I'm building. All right, I want you to be able to see this clearly. Is that a good view? I know it's tough because of where I'm standing. Is that okay for everybody? Okay. All right, so, because I can drop it lower if we need. So we got our 3 wine glasses in. I need 2 on the outside that are lower. The one in the middle needs to be taller, okay? I'll give you a better, when it's finished, a better view of how it looks like sitting on a table. All right. So now here I am with my greenery picks, all right? I am not using floral foam, all right, at all. And it's not gonna matter because these are nice and kind of full. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start laying these in. That's gonna go on one side, we're gonna go diagonal. We're gonna go diagonal to the other side. So we got both sides in. I kind of fluff these out a little. This side's gonna go down in. Fluff it out a little, and this side's going to go in. So we did diagonal sides, okay? And we kind of just tuck them down in, so they're stable in there. All right. And then, sorry, always get a phone call. Never fails. Okay, so these ones I cut down a little. I just cut the bottoms off. Down a little bit on the stem just because they're going to go in this way, and if you wanted to, you could have just basically folded that stem back. I just cut them down because I need to use them. I'm going to use them anyways on my door rounds, so I always give a little cut off of that. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this in there, and I am going to tuck this in the front. And don't be afraid to push those down in. It's okay. But look how full we've already starting to get this. And we don't have no floral foam in, nothing is permanent at all. You literally could leave the box just like this. All right, let me give you a better shot of it. You literally could leave it just like this if you wanted to. All right, but we're going to, I'm a more kind of more girl. Okay, I'm not a less is less, believe me, at all. So I'm all about more. So I thought these were really cute. I picked up some different picks. All right, I debated on which one to use, but I think I'm going to go with this white pumpkin one, okay? And then I'll just save those for another day. It doesn't matter. All I'm going to do is take these and I'm going to stick them down here in the side. So we're just going to extend. This is going to be becoming a little bit longer now. So we've extended our, that's all. We've just made it nice and long, all right? And nothing in here is secure. So we haven't used fluorofoam. We haven't made it permanent. So this is going to be so easy to change out for the holiday. So I haven't done anything and I haven't really just tucked it in. And that's why I like this little box, because it seems to accommodate tucking more than a bigger item that you would have, okay? And in my box of, I always save everything when I do like floral. I just had some little picks, and they were just like ends off of a pick. And I'm just going to take and I'm going to bring the greenery around. And let me tell you, the easiest way to do floral, if you don't know how to do floral, is whatever item you're doing, cut it in half. And this will be a symmetrical, meaning it'll be the same on this side as it is on the other side. That's the easiest way to start. I took floral design years ago, and that's the first thing they teach us to do is a symmetrical design, because it's the easiest. So it's basically mirrored. You always take your item, you cut it in half, and whatever you do on this side, you literally do on the other side, and it's very pleasing to the eye. So that's why we were coming in at the same of every direction, because we just basically half this, okay? So I stuck the pick in this way, I'm sticking it in this way. So I'm gonna just put a little sprig of orange there. So I'm gonna do it also on this side because that's on my half. And I'm just gonna do the same thing to the back, all right? There it is, look how easy. And it's pretty much done. But I wanted to take, and the reason I used the wine glasses was we could use it for candlelight. I wanted to put some candlelight in here. So all I did was I went and bought unscented, and this is from Dollar General. These are $1. And these are votives, and they fit perfectly. Let me show you them. They're unscented, 2 count. I want to say they were $1. I'm almost positive they were. And this was from Dollar General, all right? And I like the fact that they're unscented, because sometimes you don't know if people have allergies to scents, and you've already got a whole bunch of scents going on that day, you know, with all the pies and the baking and the food. So I just wanted to leave it as is, no other scents added. So these fit perfectly in here. Super easy, super quick, and there you have it. So I'm gonna literally just scoot this around. I'm gonna put it in the center of my table. All right, and remember, nothing in here is secured, but look how pretty that is. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so let's put this in here. Let me light the candles. How about that? Let's light those candles. But it gives it a really, it makes it long so it fills out nicely. And who doesn't love sitting at the table with some candlelight? Regardless, even if it's in the day. Okay, let's get you down here where you can see this. Let me flip this camera. Okay, Let's turn off the lights here. But look how pretty that is. And you can tuck in if things start to fall out. Don't be afraid to push it down in. But as you can see, it doesn't make a difference. Like, you can't tell that this is not all of this, that this isn't secured. You can't tell that. And look how easy that was. That was so inexpensive. It was crazy. All right. So don't be afraid of floral, because it's so easy to make and so easy to do. Yeah, it's beautiful. And we can change this out. Nothing here is permanent, so just remember that. This is just the box. Next holiday or season, that's going to get changed out. We're going to pop that off, and we're going to put a new plaque on. You can change out, you don't need the wine glasses if you don't want to. For Candlelight, you can just go ahead and just fill the box, and it just be a box of floral. It doesn't matter. You never can tell, though. All right? Okay. All right. So, we are going to move on. Now, wasn't that easy? I mean, are you afraid of floral design? Because I used to be, and that was my whole reasoning on literally why I wanted to go and do floral design, because I was so afraid of it, and I always loved beautiful things, and I just didn't know how to do it. And it was so simple. So, is anybody here, does anybody else here do floral design? I know I'm always delayed a little bit, so. All right. Yeah, so floral design, don't be afraid of it. Super easy, all right? All right, let's get you back to the table here. Okay, so we're literally gonna move on. I'm gonna let this go. Our beautiful centerpiece is ready, all right? And again, the box, in case anybody they missed this, the box is from Michael's. Please use a coupon. Yep. The box is from Michael's. The greenery is from Michael's. This pick is from Michael's. These are wine glasses, water glasses, from Dollar Tree. So these were each $1. The votives in the middle were from Dollar General. And they were like 2 for $1. And that's pretty much it. And the plaque, I am going to list them in my Etsy shop, and you can purchase them there. That way you can change them out with the box. For seasons, you can do whatever you want on it. All right. All right. So let's move on. We're going to go to our next item. Some years ago. Oh, yeah, Michael's some years ago. Okay. When you worked at Michael's, it was something because one of my dream jobs was I wanted to be at Michael's, and I wanted to be a designer, a floral designer at Michael's. It was just something I never pursued, even though it was my dream job at one point. I really just wanted to be there. I wanted to just be in the floral department all the time, and I just never did. I don't know why. All right, let me grab some prints here. Okay. All right, so we are going to move on. I originally wanted to do the burlap placemats. We're going to move on to placemats. But unfortunately, the 3 different reps that I use for items, there's that fly. They have been sold out, and I just couldn't get them here on time. Now, whether or not I can get them in the future, I'm hoping to get some for Christmas, because I really I only have a few left. And these are the ones that I'm talking about. I love these things, and I just can't get them. So So I'm coming up with the next best idea. All right. We are going to still make our placemats. But, and they're almost the same exact cost. Actually, these are a little bit cheaper. These are the garden flags that I sell in my shop. These are the double-sided garden flags that I use. And I am going to use these to serve as a placemat. Because really, who knows? Ain't nobody gonna say, oh, that's a garden flag. I doubt anybody's even gonna notice, to be honest with you. So, and these are double-sided, so you literally could use them for Thanksgiving, Christmas. So that's what we're gonna do. And I printed this design out, which is just a pattern design. I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know if the colors are gonna be too bright. So I'm kind of winging it with this, okay? Because most of you know that necessarily what you see on your print is not necessarily how it presses, okay? So we are gonna see how this goes. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape my design down. I'm just gonna use the table here. And I am gonna press it. And these garden flags press very nicely. So that's what prompted me to use a garden flag. All right. And I am going to put it on my press. These are 60 seconds, 400 degrees. And we're going to see how this turns out. Okay. Yeah, the garden flags, these garden flags sub better than any other flag that I've ever used, and they are double-sided. And they are already in my Etsy shop. And if anybody's interested in doing several things, purchasing several things, whether it be from me, from other places, Etsy has Klarna, K-L-A-R-N-A, to use. So what it is it breaks up your payments. I think it's 4 payments, so it's almost like a Sezzle, that you can use for purchases. So if you're thinking about purchasing a bunch of different designs and products, consider using that, because I use it all the time. And it's nice because you get 4 easy payments. And then you can buy, you know, a bunch of things. And it has to be over $50. So anything over $50, you can go ahead and split up into payments. All right, let me get my next design ready. I'm just gonna put this down and, all right, the moment of truth. These flags are hot. When they come off. Okay. All right, let me get that in a second. It's hot. I can't touch it, it's too hot. Let me let it cool for a second. And yes, I think it'll work. Okay. Okay, here we are. We got a placemat, which is actually a flag. But nobody knows. This will be your little secret at the dinner table. Okay. We got 3 more to go. Let me just tape this down. It's like nobody will know, just like nobody knows that that box, your floral centerpiece, is not secured and made into a floral centerpiece. So that will also be your little secret. Vibrant colors. Yes, it's very vibrant colors. Okay, so I'm doing the orange and black because I got that cute little turkey going on, I thought this would look good. And it can stay out for, we have friends who do Halloween dinners. I don't really celebrate Halloween, but that could also be used for that, or that could be just general fall colors because the orange and black. Yes, this is, the flag is the 12 by 18. The one in your shop says 11 by 14. Oh, I might have to go back in and adjust the quantity. That's all. I didn't look. I did have some things that said sold out this morning, and sometimes the quantity, I just didn't update it when I get new shipments sometimes. Which is, I'll just put it on a shelf and I'm like, oh, and I didn't update it. So let me check in a minute for you. Because I just got a shipment of 250 flags in. Ooh, hot, hot. Flags are hot when they come off. Let's continue to move on. So we have 4 of these to do. All right. Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm over here just putting taping my flag down, which is now known as our placemat. And if you're new and you see that I'm using new paper every single time, please do that. The reason you do that is because you don't want the ink to transfer from one of your products to your other products. Such as, this is the bleed around. This is the excess that's all around. And here is your top page. All right. Now, if you were to reuse this and you were to put it on your next item, this leftover ink that now transferred to that could go to your other product. You don't want that. Okay. And here's our second one. Let's get our tape off. All right. And let me get my next flag started. And we are improvising because we really didn't have placemats. But I'm telling you, once these are done, you cannot tell that it's a flag. At all. So, like, you cannot tell this is a flag. You would think it's a placemat. That's just going to be your little secret. Okay, let that cool. And when these come off the press, they're super hot, so just be aware of that. Last one finished. And yes, I use a pressing pillow for this as well. For most of my fabric items, sorry, I always use a pressing pillow anyways for fabric, but I use it a lot again because this is a clamshell and it helps adjust that pressure because the back is always more pressure than the front. So I like to give it a little bit of a heavier press on quite a few of my items. If it's calls for like a light press, I do kind of like light medium with my pillow. That way I get a good even pressure on it. Okay. And that's why I tend to use my pressing pillow a lot. It just gives me better even pressure. All right, another one. And literally, like, unless somebody told you, you can't even see the stitching, like as the flag would be a little bit where the hole would go in, the pole, where it's a little bit stitched down lower compared to here. And I'll show you this from this. See how this has this band up here and this has a smaller one? Because of course this is where the pole is. When this is done, you cannot tell that. All right. So these are perfect. Perfect for placemats. For your table placemats. All right, last one, guys. Let me bring it over here to cool. And then we're going to get back to the table. All right, so it's cool enough to handle. Let's pull off this tape. All right, okay, last one. So let's get you back to the table. Here we are. Here we are. I'm not a tablecloth kind of gal, so I don't like the large tablecloths, and I don't like a large runner. Although I will use it, I have, if my table's big enough. I don't like a runner or a tablecloth that hangs over, and I'll tell you why. I've had children all of my life, and now I've got grandchildren. And the easiest thing for a grandchild to do is either grab that tablecloth or catch it on their chair, and when they move, and then the next thing you know, the whole table's wiped out. So if I'm going to do anything, I do place mats, just for that reasoning, okay? Okay. So, I am literally using, again, Dollar Tree items, okay? The Dollar Tree is great for having items that you might, like dinnerware and glassware, because they're only $1, and you can buy them piece by piece. So I'm going to use the blue because the turkey that we used, let's bring these guys back. I'm trying to keep with the color theme that's in this turkey here, okay? We have the blues, and we have the oranges, and we got some reds and browns. All right, so I'm kind of keeping with that color theme. That's what determined my table, okay? So, with that being said, I have a bunch of different chargers. And you know what these are? These are these big plates. I've got them in all different colors. I don't have a 4-set matching, but that doesn't matter. I'm the kind of gal that likes to, and if I didn't have matching plates, it wouldn't matter to me either. I would just make that one certain table setting, place setting, match. But I went to the Dollar Tree. I had these because I always have white dishes for like a dessert. But I just found these blue ones, and the blue in here is really pretty, so I'm going to keep with that. But I have 4 different chargers, and I'm just going to do a different charger at every place setting. We're going to start with a wood grain, okay, and it's got like a blue undertone to it. So this was perfect. And believe me when I say I got a bunch of different chargers, and I don't have 2 the same. I got this bronzy kind of gold. So I am going to put it opposite of that brown. I got an orange with some black in it. So I'm going to put that over here. And I had a white one. All right, like almost like a weathered wood. So I'm going to use that. And it's going to go here. All right, so we got 4 different chargers starting out. Doesn't matter to me. They're all going with the same theme. All right, but I am gonna, since I found these at the Dollar Tree, they were $1. I'm gonna use this blue, and I'm literally just going to do all of the dinner plates are gonna be the same. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the dessert plate on top. And we're there. Like we've already, look, we're already starting our table. Okay, so we've got the place settings down. And we have this little mini cutting board that we already started from last week. And I'm debating on where I can put it at because I've got limited space. This way's okay. It's this way that I don't have the space. So it may sit off to the side. As for right now, I think I'm going to set it off to the side. All right. That could change, but as of right now, I'm going to set it off to the left side. Okay. And these little guys, which was our silverware thing, I told you I'm thinking about using this for something else. I'm actually considering keeping this as a favor bag. That's something that maybe I can send home with them, whether it be some candies or I'm not quite sure yet, but I think I want to give them this as a favor so that they could take something home from their dinner. So I'm just going to let that hang out on top of the plate right now. I'm going to give it a little bit more thought into that, but that's where we're at right now. Okay. So we're already starting our table. Yeah, my shop looks so organized. Thank you, Annette. All right, let's get, and here we are. Look, we're starting our table. Look how pretty. Okay. And I know this orange is showing up weird on the camera here, but it's more of a burnt orange. So it's showing up a little bit bright, at least on my end. So I want you to know that's more of a burnt orange, okay? So this is where we're at so far. And now I do have, you know, like before, like I said, I had the dinnerware and that. Kind of deciding on whether or not I think I want to make it a favor so that they can go home with something. So I'm going to come up with something for that. And there we are. And again, all the chargers are different. And here's our beautiful floral box. And no one knows. Nobody knows how easy that is, how inexpensive that was to just go ahead and we could pull that out and we can hurry up and make something for the next season or holiday. Okay. But here we are. The building of our table. All right. That's it, guys. It was only an hour. Wow. So, such a pretty table. Thank you, Linda. Yeah. Just because things have to be, just because they're pretty doesn't mean they have to be expensive. Okay. Just remember that. I do love for decorating. It's just figuring out what you want to do with your items. And I love things from the Dollar Tree and Dollar General because they are inexpensive. You're off to Michael's again. And I love Michael's. I have a Hobby Lobby that's about 40 minutes from me, which I wish we were supposed to get one really close here, which was only going to be like 10 minutes from me. It ended up getting like scrapped at the end, which I was so disappointed because that was going to be one of the things. We were supposed to have the Costco and then Michael's was going to be in it. They ended up putting a hospital there, which is great but we have a lot of hospitals in my area, so I was surprised that they did that. But it was just another network hospital. This was an Allegheny network hospital, Allegheny General. So we ended up getting a hospital there, but it was originally for like 3 years. It was a Costco and a Hobby Lobby. I love Hobby Lobby, and we do have 3 area hospitals plus all of our Pittsburgh hospitals, but that's what it became. So we have a Michael's and a Joann's, and I use those two a lot. And out of them, my favorite personally is Michael's, just because they have a little bit more home decor items. So I use Michael's a lot. And If you need to go there, or if you go there, please grab that box, because we're going to use it. I'm going to also do Christmas time. We're going to do a Christmas table. So we're going to use it again. Grab that, and always keep on hand some greenery picks. Those are always your basics. So those are things that you would keep on hand. And again, the wine glasses, water glasses, those are perfect for always adding candlelight. Okay. She loves to decorate. Oh, that's awesome. Well, there you go. Maybe give them the dry erase boards to take home. Let's see. I don't think they fit. Oh, they do. Well, well. Look at that. You might be able to do that, huh? That's a pretty good idea. And they could take their little dry erase board home. Okay. Thank you for that idea. That's awesome. So I might do that. That might be a cute little idea for that. Thank you, Anna. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, they need anything, I'm going to go and list the garden flags again. I just need to update that quantity. I think it might have said sold out, which obviously they're not. I just have an updated quantity on them. But I'm going to give you a real close-up look at these. No, you cannot tell that this is not a placemat. Because even with, let me see, I'm trying to find where the wider stitching is. Oh, it's over at this end. You can't tell. So nobody's going to know that that's a garden flag. That'll be your secret. Okay. All right. Okay, there we are. All right, everybody. I am going to get off of here. If you have any questions, I'm going to update my quantities. Where did you purchase the paper cutter? The paper cutter I got on Amazon, and it is just it's the Carl brand, and it's the 15-inch size because it fits the 13-inch wide papers all the way in. They have two sizes, a 12-inch and the 15. And I chose the bigger one. I had the 12-inch for years, but I love that this one fits my 13-inch papers in. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you though, if you go to if you go to the Dollar Tree to grab the wine glasses, which are these. That we used in the centerpiece. Pick up the 3 for inside the box, but you are going to need 1 for each one of your place settings too, because we're going to do something with these next week. Okay. All right. And these are always great anyways. I always give, we don't drink wine. I've never liked wine personally. So when we do the dinner table, I always have this as a water glass. So this is always considered my water glass. And everybody likes it because it's a fancy water glass, kind of. So go ahead and purchase 1 for each place setting, and then the 3 that you need in your box, so that you don't have to run back out again, okay? Because these are only $1 each, and we are going to use them. We're going to be doing those next week along with 1 other item, okay? The rolled paper cutter, where did you purchase that? I purchased that right on Amazon as well. And I don't remember what it's called on there. I think it's just called a rolled paper cutter or butcher paper cutter. So try that, okay? All right, so next week, wine glasses, and we are going, I'm waiting on, actually, no, I have them. We are going to be doing 1 more item as well. So we're going to be doing the wine glasses and then another item next week. And we'll really just be close to probably finishing out what we're going to finish out with. Okay. So we got 2 more weeks. This is week 2. We're going to do 4. Next week, 2 items. And then the last week we have either 1 or 2 items as well. All right, everybody. I am going to take a picture of where we're at so far. You can see that. Please list the burlap bags. I do have the burlap bags. The burlap bags are actually in my Etsy shop. Okay, so you can purchase them over there. They're the little drawstring bags. All right, everybody. You have a blessed week, and I love you guys. I will see you again soon.